For the final lecture, or lecture 8, I'm going to discuss a few drills that I use with my kids to teach them maximum velocity. The first drill is called wicket drills. Now, wicket drills are actually set up with banana hurdles, 6 inches or 12 inches, depending on what you're trying to do with your kids. And they are set up at different distances to teach your kids how to properly put force into the ground while using proper sprint mechanics. So first, we'd like to get into the setup for the wicket drills. So for the very first banana hurdle, what you're going to do is start with 2.5 feet. So if you wear a size 12 shoe, you're just going to go heel to toe, mapping out 2.5 feet. Once you've completed that, the following wickets or banana hurdles should be set up every half a foot. So if you begin with 2.5, you're going to go to 3, 3.5, 4, all the way until you reach your desired stride pattern. Once you hit that, then you're just going to map out that certain amount of hurdles for the rest of their steps. So here's an early season example of how I would set up my wickets for my boys and my girls. So as you can see, they would both start at 2.5, that would be their first step, and I would carry that all the way out for the boys for 5.5 feet. Once I reach 5.5 feet, then I'd add 12 more wickets at 5.5 feet. For the girls, once I got to 5, I would add 12 more wickets to equal out 18 steps. Once you have set up all of your wickets, make sure to put a cone at least 10 meters after the last banana hurdle so that your athletes get used to running with that same motion after the wickets are over, and they have to carry that form and that speed through the cone. Now as the year progresses, the last 12 wickets in your drill are probably going to extend a little bit more. So for example, with me and my boys are going to extend anywhere from 6 to 6.5 feet, and the girls will extend anywhere from 5.5 to 6 feet. You typically want to extend this pattern when you start noticing that your athletes are beginning to put more force into the track. Then you can extend the wickets. Now, while executing this drill, you want to look for all of the components while they're doing the drill. You want to make sure that they're tall, that their arms are getting full range of motion, that their foot is stepping over that knee and then getting back to the track, and that they're running full speed and carrying their speed through the cone. More importantly, you want to make sure that the foot is striking right under the hips so that they're propelling themselves forward in the run. And the last drill that I'm going to cover in this maximum velocity series is flying 30s. Now a flying 30 is pretty much a 30-meter sprint with a 10 to 15-meter buildup before you begin timing the run. So make sure that you have cones to show you where the athlete's going to begin and where you're going to start timing the 30-meter sprint. So you have to make sure that you have cones in order to see this, because you will not be able to eyeball it without cones. Now with these flying 30s, you are looking specifically for speed and time. Now you're putting everything together, so the posture, the full range of motion in the arms and the legs, the dorsiflex toe, the feet getting back underneath the hips, but you're paying attention to the time. The better these flying 30s become, the faster your kids will become. Make sure that whenever you have a Flying 30 test, that you always record the times. This will help you as a coach to decide what you need to do differently, what you need to focus on more in order to allow your athlete to put more force into the track, which is going to make them run faster. Is it their form? Is it their power input? Is it the force that they're putting into the track? This will help you decide all of that. So if you have enjoyed or learned a lot in this lecture on how to develop speed in all runners, please give me a good evaluation. If you have any questions, you can always email me at mwellington@alemany.org. And hopefully this will help you bring greatness out of your athletes and bring the potential that's in them out with the knowledge that you've gained. Thank you, and here's to your success.